I want to speak for Joe Regola, head of Ohio AFL, CIO, and he's also the head of OC, the second largest public union in the state, but I will in this case. Joe Regola and members supported Governor Strickland before the election, and will support the governor after the election, because they understand to take our state forward with a strong, progressive agenda, and the agenda the governor puts forth every day reflects the concerns of not just Joe's members, but of Ohioans, working families all across the state. The support of the labor community for the party and the governor is as strong as it ever has been. Can you grant us some more?
You know where the
that little swine flu is.
You know whether Regola and the other unions might have asked the governor not to act for this union?
I can't speak for private discussions, but I can tell you unequivocally, I was never asked as chairman of the party to take a vote for or against State Issue 3 by the president of the AFL or any other labor organizer or leader in the state.
Trying to spend the results are going to have an impact on the discussion and the debate.
Sure, that's why I would encourage you just to listen to me. I will tell you this, that it's not a tax increase. If you take into deductions and credits that are established at the levels they are today, it's actually a reduction. It continues to be a reduction. And it's an idea that's received overwhelming support from the people of Ohio to help fund our challenges and continue the path rebuilding our state after so many years of Republican rule. No, I don't think anyone can lay at the feet of Governor Strickland this global recession. You can lay at the feet of our governor the solutions we've offered thus far. Let's look at those solutions. Yet again, provided a property tax relief for every senior in the state and many challenged adults in the state. Provided the largest public expenditures for public education in the state without a tax increase. Invested in higher education at a rate that's unseen in this state and avoids double-digit tuition increases that we became so familiar with over the course of 8 years of OPTAC. And he has surrounded himself with the best and brightest as he continues to take his message forth across the state. Those are the facts. And some can disparage or deny or dismiss those facts, but we're going to run on them next year. And we're also going to compare and contrast the ideas of Governor Strickland with the ideas of John Casey. We'll compare and contrast the background of who Ted Strickland is with the background of who John Casey is. We'll just lay the facts out on the table. We'll invite you all to take a peek at those facts, report on them objectively, and we'll take our message to the voters. And I suspect a year from now we'll be reporting the re-election of the governor and as well as our statewide elected officials.
Some people who are traditionally more liberal-leaning Democrats have been alienated in Governor Strickland's term by either job cuts or not. As last night, someone who was anti-issue 2 was talking, saying that the governor really didn't stand up for the small farmers, for the groups that were anti-issue 2. When you look at issue 3, the people who were there, some of those folks had the same complaint. Do you think that the base is maybe a little bit weary, and do you think that they need to be energized to get them on board, or do you see any problems with that?
Well, I don't see a correlation between the two and how you phrase the question. I really disagree and point out several things. I think state issue 2 passed with 66% of the vote. 64. There's 1 million Democratic vote advantage in registration here in the state of Ohio. Overwhelming numbers of Democrats, part of our base, supported state issue 2.
Right, but the liberal-leaning groups, Progress Ohio, for example, a more liberal-leaning group on that side.
I guess we're trying to dispel the notion that there's some kind of how Democrat Party working in concert with Progress Ohio, how Democrat Party working in concert with any number of liberal organizations. We haven't and we don't. What we do is we talk about the issues that matter most to Ohioans. 64% of Ohioans believe that we need to protect Ohio's largest industry, agriculture, as to the government. The party endorsed that initiative because we understood the rules that are made and how we conduct ourselves in the business of agriculture in the state should be drawn by Ohioans, much to the chagrin of our more progressive and more liberal observers. And I respectfully disagree with their observations, and we move forward. Now, if a handful of liberals who believe the governor should have acted otherwise with regard to State Issue 2 are unhappy about it, they can certainly seek appointment to the board that's going to oversee the livestock industry in the state of Ohio. They can certainly express their displeasure, but they can't deny or they cannot disagree with the following. The governor provided the largest property tax cut to Ohioans in state history. The governor provided the largest investment in public education without a tax increase in state history. The governor held the line on tuition increases, something that two former governors failed to do. The governor provided access to quality and affordable health care for every child under the age of 18, something every other Republican and Democratic governor in the state has failed to do. Those are the facts. When you lay them out on the table, I understand there are going to be a few more progressives who are going to be upset because the governor did something or didn't do something. But we're interested in gathering the 64% of voters and talking to them about the issues that matter most, and we believe we're right on those issues.
So you don't think there's a problem with your base?
I wouldn't call those who are upset about issue 2 my base, or the Democratic Party's base.
Or the ones who are affected by job cuts to social services?
Our base is a collection of African Americans, working families, blue collar families, younger Ohioans, older Ohioans, who care deeply about the issues that matter most. We tend to agree and disagree on other issues, whether social issues or perhaps the issues you specifically mentioned, Joe, but here we are, and the governor continues to press his agenda, our agenda forward, and I feel very confident that the base will continue to respond. Additionally, I spoke briefly about our field program and our efforts to continue to focus on base organizing at every level, at every region rather, and I think we're making great strides doing just that.